fellow Americans, you have come back to the Sci Cast. You have come back during episode 19 on hacking. And I'm your host, Dr. J.
I'm Heyman.
And I'm sure Heyman would love to talk about hacking.
A little bit.
Talk your ears off, actually.
No, I doubt that. I talk my everyone's ears off. So, I guess we should talk about what is hacking.
What is hacking?
So, there's a couple forms of hacking. There's for illegal purposes, to contain information, contain control over other people's computers, to bring down networks, to bring down stock.
I was going to say, as in stalking somebody.
Well, yeah, you can stalk people too. There's a couple other explanations of hacking. Another hack is to modify hardware to do something differently than was proposed. For one, a lot of devices can be hacked to do things that they weren't supposed to be doing. They call them jailbreak now.
Maybe we can use your
rooting it.
Your demonstration of using like a PSP. You said.
Yeah, a PSP.
Hacking a PSP in order to gain access to a computer.
Yeah.
Using its primary function differently.
Yeah.
Substituting its primary function.
Yeah.
Instead of playing games, they could hack.
Yeah, that's one way.
Or a cell phone.
It could, yeah. There is a hack for a cell phone where you can track someone. And also...
For the jealous husband, right?
Well, see, here's the thing. It has to be downloaded on the phone. And you can track the person.
Yeah.
You can literally listen to any conversation they are making. That means if they're holding the phone in their hand, you can listen to their conversation without the phone being on. I mean, I wouldn't say on, but activated. So they don't have to dial anyone, but you can still listen to the conversation.
Ooh. So it's like a bug.
Yes. You can see who they're dialing. You can see all the information in their phone records.
Is this, you can do it remotely, or do you need the actual phone?
You have to download it to the actual phone.
Okay.
But then you can control it remotely from a computer.
That's what I meant. Once you have the stuff.
Once the stuff is on the phone, you can do it from any computer.
Does the phone have to be a certain type of phone? Like
I'm sure they've made...
Like a Bluetooth connection or something?
No. It does it through the cell phone network.
Oh, okay.
Since most smartphones now are automatically connected to the internet, this is capable.
The price of freedom that we pay.
We give up a lot of freedoms. So, that means if you had this devices on your phone, not knowing it, as in the government putting them on phones, you could have the government know your every move, every word, as they wanted.
Well, that's good, right? Shouldn't they know everything?
They should know everything.
That's good then.
But then again, no, they shouldn't.
But there's also the privacy sanctity of a person.
But again, cell phone network, it really is not a private network anymore.
Right.
Especially with social networks coming out, everything is, to an extent, free range anymore.
I'm sure it'll all work out in the end.
So, the other kind is subcultural.
What people do in their free time.
These are more of the hackers that tend to be different than everyone else. These are the hackers that are staying home, trying to get things for themselves, people's information, companies' informations, throwing out malicious viruses, throwing out malware, cracks, hacks, whereas is
pretty much ruining your life.
No, some of these people literally do some, I guess, to the companies it ain't good, but
So there's a positive that come out of hacking, is that what you're saying?
Well, CD cracks. A lot of people don't like to keep their CD in their machine while they're trying to play, so they use a CD hack so they don't have to have their CD to play the game.
Okay.
Which is illegal to do now with copyright laws now. It says...
I understand both sides of that.
I do not. I see that it can be used for the wrong things, but if I own my CD, I should be able to
do what you want.
Do what I want.
I'm not just saying it. You're right.
But you don't own the CD anymore.
Wow.
And legal, if you read their little contract, it says you do not own it. They still own it. You have the right to use it.
Oh, they have red tape.
Yeah. So, anyways, they could come take your the CD anytime they want.
Without any monetary...
I don't know what the thing is.
Would they pay you?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
Since they say, well, it's probably just a rental fee, right?
I don't know. So, and there's another kind of computer hacking. There's hobbyists, which basically do all the hacking for themselves. They don't do it to try to hurt anyone else. They do it to improve the computers, to stop other people from hacking them, to improve performance, gameplays, stuff like that.
Yeah. The people are there who are just doing it because they enjoy doing it, I guess? Or
Kind of, yeah. Then, the last one is security firms. And right now you're probably saying, what? Someone in security is hacking computers? Yes. They do this so they can protect other people. Your computer is vulnerable, and servers are vulnerable to hacking. So these people come along, hack your computer to tell you what you can do to fix this, and how you can fix it.
So it's a preventative
hack.
They check to see where
big companies have a lot. And recently I read in the newspaper that this has grown from $50 million business to about a $75 million business in the last year.
I figured it'd be higher than that.
It might be higher. It might be billion. I don't know. I can't remember.
Billion would sound better.
Okay.
It's,
either which way, it could be billions. I'm sure it could be billions. But it jumped that far. That's a huge...
50% jump.
Yeah, that's a huge increase. So...
All right.
Good thing to get into right now.
Prevention or...
Prevention.
Hacking?
Well, either which way, we need both of them to keep on rising it.
Competition.
Yep.
See? That is why there are hackers, because competition is strong.
So, I guess the first thing we're to do...
In order for the hacking prevention to get better, the hackers have to get better.
Yeah. Well,
vice versa.
See, there's only a few things that the hacking ain't going to get any better. Hacking just changes its methods of doing things.
Right. Which really annoys me. Because I have to learn new things
when you hack.
When I have to figure out what's wrong with my computer.
Yeah. So the main ways are brute force hacking.
You mean like taking a club and beating the computer?
No. The software basically just tries to punch through your security. Any which way it can find.
Like a battering ram.
Yeah, basically.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Knocking out your firewall, taking down any security you have. Basically just a force. Easily trackable. Easily noticeable that it's happening.
You can use it as a diversion too?
Very good.
Did I stumble upon something?
Yeah, they do that to dive. The biggest thing is you have 20 people doing this, it will slow down your system. Very considerable, even servers. So imagine if you had hundreds of doing it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very nice.
Now, before you can respond to all of them, someone slips in on the back door, your computer's already down, they're forcing their ways in, and someone sneaks in through a back door. And by back door, I don't mean your back door in the living room. I mean a back door in a virus, in an exploit,
right.
In a malware, in any of them. Most malwares, most viruses literally give a back door to your computer.
Creates like an extra doorway?
Yeah, it creates an invisible doorway to your system. Most of it can't be tracked because your computer is letting them come straight into your computer and taking control of your computer. Easy way to find out if you have one of these running, go to whatever website is for your operating system, Windows, Mac, Linux. Most of them tell you what the main processing elements are, and there's always ways to find it. Windows, it's Control, Shift, Escape.
I use Control Alt Delete.
Well, Control Alt Delete doesn't do it, but Control Escape pops up that screen.
Same thing.
No.
Well, okay, on Windows 7 it doesn't do that anymore. But that's what it did on an old system. Because what Control Alt Delete does, it pops to that.
Yeah.
Then
you have to go to that.
Right. Okay.
So, and you can't see this if you want to show them it. So right here, the Windows Task Manager for Windows tells you everything running on your system. Plugins, Steam. Yes.
Well, hold on.
What?
Go start over. Go. Like how you get into what the program looks like.
Well, you go like this.
Well, we got to close that out first.
What?
Oh, okay. There you go. That's what it looks like.
So that's what it looks like. It's Control Shift Escape, and then you have processors. That's what's happening in your computer.
All the programs that are running.
All the programs that you can see that are running. Okay? Most things will be in there. If you do not find anything that is not normal...
Hey, look, I got Steam running.
Yes, you do, right here. There's other ways to find out. Other programs will tell you. This is the main things that are happening. This is all the services on your computer.
That's a lot.
Which you will not ever remember what all of them will ever do. Your performance. If you see your performance spike like this, and you are not doing absolutely nothing with your computer...
That's a giveaway?
It's a giveaway. The next thing is same with your network. If you're not downloading, not accessing anything from your network, and it is spiking, then you know there is something wrong. And that's about it for that. There's other programs. Spybot, Search and Destroy has a very intimate thing with that, about the same type.
Ooh, intimate.
Well, it gets down to the ones that you can't notice. It tells you the subthreads and everything else. So, that is,
Where are we at?
I think we're going to why people do it now.
Why people or those damn hackers do it?
Well, there's a couple different reasons why people do it. And I'm sure you could take this one.
Yeah, I'd take this one.
Well, why would you think people would do it?
Well, the reason I think hackers do this is because they find it as a challenge. Like if somebody puts up a wall, somebody wants to get over it because they say, well, somebody put it up because they wanted to keep me out, but I consider this an affront to me, and I'm going to prove my worth by getting through your defenses.
That could be one way.
That or a bigger one, which is, let's say a terrorist wanted to hack into the United States government so that they can figure out who they're shooting next, or just to disrupt all.
Or where the president's going to be, or...
Yeah.
So, what about monetary gain?
Yeah.
Gain, sorry.
Yeah,
not
that's
gain.
my thing, yeah.
Yeah. Stealing information is a big, big thing. The recent hack on PlayStation, for example. They got a lot of they got a lot of information about the people that are on the PlayStation Network.
Well, supposedly. Originally, it was they said they got all their, because like most websites or companies, they store credit card information on their servers to make it easier to buy stuff. So you don't have to keep inputting your credit card number every time you buy something.
Do you do that?
Yes.
Oh.
So my number was on there, But while this was going on, I checked my bank account to make sure anyway, what turned out, the credit cards numbers were not taken, and if they were, which they might have been, they were all jumbled up, and you couldn't really, without a proper key, I guess you could say.
Yes.
You wouldn't be able to decipher it.
Oh, you can. There is deciphering methods.
Yes, but it's like it's pretty hard. But I'm sure you're going to say, well, if you have a fast enough computer, you can figure it out.
Well, it's not only if you have a fast enough computer, you have enough people doing it. You have enough computers doing it. You have an organized method of doing it. You have 20 people doing the same code, but different types of hacks to it. It goes much faster.
Yeah.
So...
Is it a guarantee to work, though?
Guaranteed to work? What do you mean?
Like, if you were to put a couple people on this, or hundreds of people on it, well, I suppose it would have to.
It would sooner or later work, yes. Okay, I don't know if you ever had them, but the decoder rings.
No.
Okay. In a box of Cracker Jacks, you would get a decoder ring, which would tell you how to decode a code you and your friend would write.
Now, did it have its own code on there, or did you
make
your own?
Well, I ain't for sure if it had its own or if you could make your own. But there was ones you could make your own, too. And only you and whoever else had a decoder ring would know it. Right. You would say, oh, we'll start on N, or whatever would be the thing, and that's where you would start. So, if you're using alphanumerical, it would be quite easy. There's only
alphanumeric.
Yeah, whatever.
But I see what you're getting at. But that's very simple.
Well, that's 26 and
right.
10. I mean, that's 36 letters. Well, 36 slots.
Right.
And how long is a thing? 12 things long.
Yeah.
So how hard could it be?
Well, the thing is, most of it is what, 32-bit or 64-bit?
128.
128-bit encryption.
Well, and your point?
I'm saying it's probably going to be a lot tougher than the decoder ring, but I get your point, and that's all you have to do.
It could be. So, any which ways, it doesn't mean they have the information. Some of them got it. They sell that information.
Right.
They don't do nothing with it whatsoever. But nowadays, it takes only a few things to actually get more information. Your first name, your last name, and your job.
It's very easy to sneak
your birth date.
Yeah.
These 4 things could get you more information than you think. I ain't telling you how, but they can.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't tell them.
No. They literally can get you someone's social security number, someone's home address, someone's phone numbers, someone's
place of employment,
past places of employment, someone's credit history.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's what everybody's going after too.
Yep. How can I get you this? I ain't telling you because that would be quite dumb for me to give out that information.
Yeah. People could smack down our doors.
Well, no, it's not even that. But it's for the fact that I have no problem with the act of having freedom of information. But now when you can ruin someone's life totally because of this, I do not find that acceptable.
Well, it's no better than stealing. Or
what?
Hacking. So if you're going to take somebody's personal information.
But it's information.
Right. Can information...
If I took this is something you're going to miss. If I took information...
So you're talking about something tangible.
Yeah. If I took information, it's just information.
Right. What about patents?
Patent is just information.
Right.
I believe patents should be free.
I don't believe so.
Why?
Because if you came up with something, why should everybody else get to use it without your permission?
Okay, different. They should have your information. They should have your permission to use it. But if someone says, hey, I can improve on this...
Well, that's the thing. You can go into the patent office and look at patents.
Can you?
And you can make changes.
And you can make changes?
You have to make a change enough so that it's different, which is how generic drugs are. But yeah, you can't... The thing is, the patent infringements are when you use the exact same patent. You can make little changes. It's kind of like how when you make a...
I'm going to have to go to the patent office.
Right.
Anyway, Trace.
Yeah, it should be all open because it's all government orchestrated and all that.
Okay, wow.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't really think of that.
Because I give an example of music. If you have a certain string of musical annotations in a certain beat, or what do they call it, riffs. Like there was who sang that song? David Bowie. He had a song. I can't remember which song it was, but then Vanilla Ice. Remember that guy? Ice Baby. That song had the same riff as another song that David Bowie had, but he had changed one or two notes. And he said, "Well, see, I changed a couple notes, and therefore it's a different pattern." And he won the lawsuit because it's...
Okay. So I didn't know much about patents, which is good. So now I know a little more. I can do things.
Yeah.
So where are we? Why? So we understand that money, greed, violence could be one to retaliate.
Yeah, you could bring down a whole network.
Yep. Let's take Sony for example again. They were brought down because someone wanted information. So another reason people do it is to see if they can do it. It ain't to gain anything from it. They just want to know that they can do it.
Right. Like
you were saying, they want to know if they can be the best to beat the best.
Yeah.
And that's the people that are normally hired. Well, in the olden days, when hackers first started, they were hired to stop people from doing it.
Right.
I'm sure everyone's watched the movie Hackers.
Yeah.
Kind of fictional.
Yeah, it's not all true.
Some of it is true. I mean, the hacking community is very open and very wide nowadays.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
They had to change a few things to make the movie more entertaining.
Well, yeah. I mean, no one wants to see someone sit there and write in code.
Right. I know I don't.
No, it's quite boring. It's quite boring to do it. Nowadays, that's why hackers make graphical interfaces.
Probably much more entertaining to...
And a lot faster. How much faster is it to push a button than to write the code?
So it writes the code for you?
Yep.
Well, somebody's got to do that, that program.
Well, yeah. See, most hackers know how to program. They write the program beforehand, put in their variables, and then all they had to do is push buttons.
Yeah. That's actually pretty nice.
What's better to do? Pushing a button or typing in 30 lines of code? If you had to type in one line of code and push a button, You know, how much faster can you hack?
Right. Probably a lot faster.
Quite considerably.
Especially if you have the kind of capability.
Well, and that's the thing.
Could you even have the computer making its own assumptions about what to do?
Well, see, you can pre-program computers to do about anything nowadays.
Yeah.
It really is not that hard. Computers can be self-reliant with a script. You can load 50 different scripts into a computer to follow, depending on what's happening.
Yeah.
So if they try one attack and the attack comes back negative or it comes back being traced, they will throw up a spider to knock it off its course, blah, blah, blah.
Just like in the movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, kind of. There is a couple other things. You can hide your IP address. You can do a couple other things to stop them from finding you. But any hacker knows that they can be hacked just as well. That's where our next thing comes in.
Hack prevention.
Hack prevention. The best way of preventing hacking is to know what you're looking for. Main thing is, if your system starts slowing down considerably, pop-ups, opening pages that you have not clicked, any emails that have been suspicious, any social networking sites putting things on for you.
Yeah, because you can get viruses through Facebook.
Yep. Recently, mostly videos, because you go look at the video, it has malicious virus and, well, maliciousware in the video itself, and your computer plays it, and you get the malicious software on your computer without even knowing it.
Yeah.
You get to watch the video, and it's quite cool video, but you still get hacked. Yes.
Yeah.
It
could be a bad video though too.
Well, either which way.
Yeah.
So, other ways of preventing: antiviruses, malware, network security software, and firewalls. Any monitoring of networks, any monitoring of internet use is good preventions. You got anything?
I think you covered it.
So
I mean, we can talk about specific.
Okay. Do you know any specific ones?
Spybot is a big one.
Spybot, Search and Destroy, is a very good security software. It'll help you in many different ways. I do recommend more than just Spybot, though.
Right.
It's a good deterrent.
Do you recommend free stuff, or do you recommend buying the premium stuff you buy at like Target or Best Buy or something?
Okay, there is a toss-up there. Right. If you know what you're doing, free stuff can be just as good as the other stuff.
Yeah.
The only difference with the free stuff, it's usually the definitions and stuff are not so far behind. It's the free stuff is kind of like games that make you want more. You know, they have almost everything you need, but they're lacking just that little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so when you do buy some of the programs, like take Norton antivirus, it does have better defense because it stays up to date. They provide the best definitions for the antiviruses, definitions for the malware, any of the exports.
24-hour customer service, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Most of them do.
They come with a extra firewall, which is good. This firewall literally detects any entrance and exit and asks you what you want to do. I'm sure it's an annoying thing. Most people see a little thing that pops up and says, would you like this to be excluded from your firewall list? And most people they go, yes, because they don't want to ever see the page again.
Right. You gotta be careful about that.
Yes, you do. Because if you're installing software that you know is safe, you know, you bought it,
Yeah.
you downloaded it.
Like software programs, like video games.
Video games. Stuff that you have bought that you contend to think is safe. Nothing from someone that gave you an email. Nothing on a website that is not certified. Nothing from a website that is known to be a hacking website would really probably be dumb to do.
Yeah, like a shady website.
Yeah.
Like HeymanAlexander.com.
Actually, that website doesn't exist, so...
Have you tried?
Huh? No, I haven't, but I'm assuming it doesn't exist.
Yeah, open that up. Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I didn't think so since you spelled my name wrong, too. No.
I got it right. Tell me I can't spell cheat.
So, I guess there's other things that can help you. We looked up the top 15 security hacking tools and utilities. These are utilities that help you defend against, and it could help you learn how to hack. The more knowledgeable you are, the less likely you're going to be hacked.
Yeah.
So, here are some free ones you can get of software that will help you. And I ain't talking about the hacking tools or anything like that. Zone Alarm, Spybot, any antivirus software, AVG, Norton, Panda, you know any other ones?
I'm trying to remember those.
McAfee.
Yeah, McAfee.
Sorry, McAfee. Any of them will probably do. Malware software, I do not really. Attaway.
You're on a roll.
I can't think of anyone else though. These will help you in a little bit of a sorts. Using multiple ones usually conflict with each other. If you're going to use one, use an all-in-one tool is okay. If you have one designed to search for specific things, it's kind of better. Like if you have just an antivirus, just a firewall, just a malware, just a exploit finder. These things in a group can work just fine, but most software by themselves is the best. And you just don't know what I'm talking about, right?
No, you're saying have one of each from different programs?
Well, you can. Well, like Norton has its security network thing, which gives you the antivirus, the firewall, the malware, and the tracking tools.
Okay.
Okay? It's in a bundle. Works great.
It'd be probably better. Would it be better, I guess?
Well,
Have them work together. There's ones that work together.
See, here's the thing. Yes, it's better if they work together.
Yeah.
Now you add, on top of that, you add Zone Alarm and Spybot.
Yeah.
Okay? Now here's the thing. When a hacker comes in, they can do two things. Either they can track your computer's packets, which is the information sent out and back to your computer, or they can literally attack your computer. Hacking straight into it, figuring out what the operating system is, what firewalls you have, what virus programs you have, what malware programs, so on and so forth. When they attack your system, it is traceable and you can do something about it. If it's a passive attack, which means they don't literally touch your computer at all, they just look at the information coming from and to your computer, There's not much you can do about that.
Okay.
Computers are encoded, and of course, once you encode it, going out, every computer codes it basically the exact same way, so it is not that hard to figure out the information.
Right.
It takes time, and if people want to do it, it's done.
It takes a bit of time. Some people don't like to mess with this stuff. They just
They use software.
Right. They just want to put it in a disk, set it up, and it's
Exactly. Now, here's some programs that help you map out your networks, help you find security flaws in your network, help you determine what you need to improve on. It's just different things like that. So the number one is,
according to this website.
According to this website, is Nmap. I've never actually heard of this. It's called Network Mapper. It's a free open source utility for network exploration and security auditing. It was designed to rapidly scan large networks, although it works fine against single host. It seems like it's pretty good from what it says. It has a graphical version and a console version, which console is, of course, you type in everything.
That's the stuff nobody likes.
Actually, a lot of people like it. A lot of hackers love to have the physical code put on. It just gives them one-on-one with it. Your hackers that use graphical interfaces are your novices. People that don't know how to program, they don't know how to actually do any of the work. They need a software to actually do the work for them.
Right.
They just know what they want to do, and they find the software to do it.
Okay.
So someone that programs would make their own tools to do this.
So then they wouldn't begin. They would make
Well,
their own program?
that's what this is coming from.
Okay.
This is open source code. That means someone made this to do this. And you think it's just an everyday person? No, it was probably a hacker that started it, or someone that wants to know more about hacking. So this is free and open source. It's called Nmap. Yes, I know I'm giving you the name and how you can get it, because I want you to be safe and I want you to understand how and where viruses, malware, and hacking attacks come from. The next on this website is Nessie's Remote Security Scanner.
I think it's Nessus.
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 So, this scans users in over 75,000 organizations worldwide.
Sounds pretty popular.
Yeah. Many of the world's largest organizations are realizing significant cost savings by using Nessus to audit business-critical enterprise devices and applications. So basically what this software does is scans your computer for vulnerabilities that it has. Any exploits that can happen, any viruses, anywhere that ports are open on your computer, it will tell you.
Yeah.
So now here's the other thing. Ports open on your computer do not just come from ports on your computer. Your printer is on your computer, but it's also open a port to your computer. And if your computer can be hacked, your printer can be hacked. Your cell phone, basically.
What will they think of next?
Your cell phone is a computer in the basic forms. Can be hacked, your information downloaded, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Printers, phones, fax machines, what else?
Technically a router would be?
Your router could be hacked. Another thing is nowadays we're actually having appliances that are able to be configured as a network in your house.
Like a TV.
TV, fridges, microwaves, stoves, your car.
Yes.
Literally. They all can be configured to connect straight to your network. These things can also be hacked to a limited thing. I don't know how far, I don't know what they can do, They might be able to cause them overheat. They might be able to change the temperature. I don't know.
They probably could do that.
I'm just saying. So, a next one is called a password cracker.
So if you ever, you're trying to break into your brother or sister's Facebook account, you need their password.
Yeah. Well, this is a little different. This doesn't crack passwords for websites or anything like that.
Well, I'm sure it could be used that way,
I'm sure, but this is more for cracking the actual password onto the computer. So
it's still the same, isn't it?
No.
Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be?
It's still a series of letters and numbers.
Yes, and no.
Yes, I'm sure it would be the same.
Yes, but this literally, what you do is you boot the computer up into the software. Then the software looks on your hard drive for where the normal passwords would be, downloads it, cracks it, changes the password, and throws it back in. And then when you boot up the computer, you put the new password in, the computer starts up.
So wouldn't it be easier then to find it? Because don't they store that in like the cookies or something?
Actually, it could be stored in. You mean for the website?
Right.
Yes. If you save your cookies, it's actually saved on your form data. Internet Explorer is really bad against that because it has a form data thing that encrypts. It's encrypted. Don't get me wrong, but it has the data stored right on your computer. Same with your Firefox, Chrome, all of them. If you say, please save this data, it's saved on your computer. It's not saved on the network.
Yeah.
Your cookies, some of them use cookies to do it. Some of them save straight into another file. I don't know which ones. Couldn't tell you. It's all different. So, John the Ripper is a fast password cracker, currently available in many flavors: Unix, DOS, Win32, BOB,
I think it's
BIOS, whatever, and OpenVMS. This is more of what I was talking about, a blunt force crack. It cycles through all the things until it figures out the crack. But it can also do hashes, which I can't explain to you because it's kind of difficult for me.
For anyone?
Yes. So, Nikto is another open source GPL web server scan, which performs comprehensive tests against web servers for multiple items, including over 3,200 potential dangerous files, CGIs, versions on over 625 servers. And versions specify problems on over 230 servers, scans items and plugins, and are frequently updated and can be automatically updated if desired. CGIs are programs that you use in web servers. Doing this Sci Cast, I've learned a little bit about them. Good thing we do not use one. Well, actually do, but that's okay. I ain't telling you which one.
Yeah, don't say that. Somebody might hack us.
Any which ways, yeah. Certain things you need the CGIs for. They're programs that let your website and the server do things for you. Some of them have vulnerabilities. Most of the time they don't. It all depends on what you're doing. So the next one, number 5 here, is SuperScan. Powerful TCP port scanner, pinger, resolver. SuperScan is a highly popular Windows port scanning tool. Port scanners is what I was talking about before. Basically what they do is they see what ports are open up on your computer. How they do this, I don't quite understand. A pinger basically tells you how fast your computer reacts to being pinged. You know what that means? Or can you explain it better?
No.
No. So, when you play games, you see a little thing on top that says ping 50 or ping 60. That's how fast your computer is talking to the network.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Same thing. When your network is pinged, it tells how fast and how many packets are being dispersed between you and the computer that you're talking to.
Okay.
So when they ping your computer, that means from the time it takes from them to communicate with you and back, if I'm not mistaken. If anyone knows differently, please email me, Heyman@thescicast.com, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, the next thing...
Well, how many of these can we go through? We don't want to go through too many.
How many do you want to do?
Long-winded.
Oh, yeah. I'm always long-winded, though.
Well, are there any other big ones you wanted to talk about?
Let's see here. Actually, I did want to talk about a couple of them.
That's the
eraser,
yeah.
which Justin likes. Dr. J wants this. No.
Don't use my real name on this show.
Oh, like they didn't know.
Yeah. There might be people from out of country that are watching this. We know that.
I guess. I doubt.
I suppose you didn't use my last name. They can't figure that out.
Yeah, I ain't like I said. Anyway, Troyes. Well, you used my name.
Yeah, I did.
My full name. No, I'm just... Anyway, Troyes.
I apologize.
It's okay. Don't worry. I really don't care. If they wanted to find me, it wouldn't be that hard. Just look up Heyman.
That's true.
So, eraser.
How many people are named Heyman in this world? 2? 3?
From what I know, first and last name.
Yeah.
Well, last name it's very popular. First name I only know like 7 people.
You know 7 other Heymans?
Yeah. Well, I don't know them personally, but well, of course, my son, my great uncle, my great grandfather, my great grandfather's family. Yeah. Okay. Haman is in the Bible.
Hey man, you pass over that stuff.
Well, if you know the story of Esther, Queen of the Jews. Oh, you don't? No, see? There you go. Queen of the Jews.
So you're named after the queen?
No. Esther was not the Queen of the Jews. That was the story it was in. Haman was the... what is it called? The top guy of the king, you know, his advisor, his security, you know, all that. He hated a Jew and the whole Jew family.
Race.
Type, yeah, well, the guy's family and friends that were all Jews.
Okay.
And he thought he could get rid of them by telling the king that they were out to kill him. Well, the king was going around and trying to find a bride, and when he met Esther, the niece of the guy that Haman thought was bad and he wanted to kill, he married her, so she became queen.
Okay.
Well, during this time, Haman was trying to talk the king into killing all these people. And then Esther goes, hey, they're my family, and he's really just saying blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole story. So
Yeah, I get
he
this.
finally died.
Okay.
Anyway, choice how I was told it is Haman and his 7 sons built a gallows 7 stories high to hang the Jews on.
You got quite a name to live up to.
Then there was a Haman. He was a Jew. Yes, I know. That spent most of his savings to get the Star of David, put it on the $1 bill.
Really?
Yep.
I guess he did win.
Yeah, he did. It's on there. Look at it. You'll find it. So, anyway, Choice, the eraser program literally does what it says. It erases something. Most people might not know this. If you put something on the computer, even if you delete it, it is still technically there.
Whoa, just blew your mind.
Yes, what I'm saying is information is not always deleted when you think it's deleted. It can always be retrieved in most cases. If you wipe the hard drive, basically a low-level format, about 10 times, it will literally erase most of the stuff. Packets of things would still probably be there. Government officials could probably still get information. There's other ways of doing it.
You can just break it in half.
Yeah. Actually, the best way is a magnetic field.
That's right. That's the easiest way.
It literally erases all packets.
Just move a big, strong magnet over.
Actually, what people do is they create an electromagnetic field around it. They literally make a device to fry out the whole system. No, they literally wrap coils around it, and when they push a button, it magnifies it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what some people do. So this basically takes what you want deleted and deletes it, 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 deletes it. So in your computer's hard drive, they have little packets where the information all is. What it does, it goes to each pack where this information and keeps on deleting it. Same places each time, writing 000, 000, 000, 000.
Yeah.
Because zeros and one is how computers tell what things is. Yes. So it keeps on writing 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 to every place that this information is held, trying to delete it. It does it several times with careful selected patterns. So the next thing is Cain Enable is a password recovery tool for Microsoft operating system.
I thought those guys were in the Bible.
They are. It uses 2 kinds of attacks. Actually, 3 kinds of attacks, it looks like. 1, it uses dictionary attacks, blunt force, and cryptanalyzation attacks.
Cryptanalysis.
Well, let's see. Hold on. It also does some other stuff, it looks like. It recovers various kinds of passwords by snuffing the network, checking encryption passwords, using dictionary, brute force, and cryptanalytics, whatever. Recording VoIP conversations.
Wait.
Yeah.
Voice over
Decoding, scrambling passwords, revealing password boxes, uncovering cache passwords, and analyzing router protocols.
Routing.
The program does not exploit any software vulnerabilities or bugs that could not be fixed with little effort. Okay. This is actually probably a great tool for hackers. For yourself, it could be a great tool if you want to use it. First of all, if you ever lose your password, you're in a pickle. Using the software will help you recover it. So, I mean, it's a good thing. Now, here is one for hacking Wi-Fi. There's two of them. I'm going to have to name both of them. Cosmet and NetStumbler, right? Kismet? Okay, whatever. It looks like it's a network detector, sniffer, and intrusion detection system, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
The other one is a decent tool, sadly not as powerful for its Linux component.
Counterpart.
Whatever. But it's easy to use and a nice interface. Good for basic word.
It looks nice.
Yeah. This NetStumbler lets you verify the network is set up the way you intended, find locations where poor coverage is in your Wi-Fi, detect other networks that may be causing interference in your network, detect unauthorized rogue access points in your workplace, help aim directional antennas for long-haul wide-lane links, and use in recreational for war diving.
Or driving.
Oh, driving, whatever.
But that stuff's pretty good, though.
Yes. And then the last one is HPN, which is Packet Monkey Skills. I had to say that. I seen it. Basically, this is a tool that does the packets assembly analyzing, helps with commands for Unix, raw IP protocols, and trace route mode. The ability to send files between a covered channel and many other features. So, we just told you the best deterrents for hackers. Keep everything up to date. The more you have up to date, the better. Have all your Windows files up to date. Have all your little things that you use up to date. Will help you provide a better defense against.
And try not to go on any websites that you shouldn't be on.
Well, main websites is if you're looking for cracks, looking for Juarez, torrents, peer-to-peer networks, basically all the free things that you think you're getting a deal to help you out with.
Well, we had some difficulties there with the power supply.
The power supply? You mean the battery that died?
The battery died.
Yeah. Did you switch that so actually it's facing us now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure you lined it up.
I did.
I don't want my head cut off.
Your head's always cut.
So,
but I'll make sure to put your mind at ease.
So you didn't do it?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So,
that's good.
There are a few things that you can do. So, now here's Justin's question.
Yeah, hack them back. Get them bastards back for what they stole.
So, now unless you are a decent hacker, you're not going to be able to hack them back. I will tell you this right now. And hacking them back would most likely provoke them into more of an attack.
Can't they take their own medicine?
Well, they are taking their own medicine, but they're just
They're
dishing it out.
hacking. So somebody hacks back and they go, oh, why is he doing that? This is really annoying. I can't believe I'm being hacked. Now I have to unhack this.
Exactly. And then they get you back. It's a two-way cycle.
I know.
Violence begets violence.
Yeah, that whole thing.
So, hacking them back...
What about fight fire with fire?
Well, do you know why they do that?
Well, you said this one.
Yeah, it does, depending on what you do. But do you know why they fight fire with fire?
As far as I know, fire doesn't put out fire.
You sure?
Or does it?
It can.
Right.
A big enough explosion will ignite all the oxygen within the area to suffocate the fire.
Well, I see what you're saying.
But
what about if it's in the atmosphere?
Well, then...
Because you're probably thinking about a confined space.
Yes, but again, it's a way to fight a fire with a fire.
That's why okay, I understand.
So, Yeah, because the fire will, like an
Needs
explosion,
oxygen.
will cause all the oxygen to dissipate,
Yeah.
and the fire will suffocate itself. Because fire needs oxygen, just like humans need oxygen. So does that mean fire is living? Another time. Anyway, guys. So
That's called philosophy.
So
Why is there air?
well, no. If you think about it, fire needs the essentials of life. It needs to feed.
Needs fuel.
It needs fuel.
Needs air.
It needs air. What else?
Oh, that's pretty loud.
Well,
It's
it
right.
moves.
It moves. Can it move on its own though?
Why can't it? It moves from place to place, and I mean, it starts here and then moves. I mean, it doesn't get up and walk.
Anyway, let's just go.
Okay. Anyway, choice. So that was our philosophy moment. So
We should probably try to wrap it up.
yeah, we are
We're gonna wrap this.
right now. So hacking. It's not good to hack them back because they're most likely going to hurt you.
Not physically, but
Well, physically they might try gain your information and just ruin your life. So if you do security updates, software updates, make sure your firewall's on, make sure your exceptions for your firewall is not tuned to anything that you do not know. Make sure what's on your firewall. Make sure what your antivirus, your malware, spybot, any of them are up to date. Will help prevent you from being hacked.
make your life better.
Yes. Your Wi-Fi network. Make it so it does not broadcast your signal. Make sure that your signal cannot be scanned, which some people's are.
Oh, you want me?
Yes. You can literally make your network invisible to other people. It does not show your name of your network. It doesn't show what security settings they're using. This can be all deterrents. Next thing is using the MAC address to stop people from getting in. If the MAC address does not match one of the MAC addresses in the router, your router denies it access.
Remember we were going to wrap this up?
Oh yeah, we're wrapping it up. I am wrapping it up. I'm just telling you ways of preventing things. Them are all ways. There's ways around them, but there are ways to prevent.
Yeah.
So
thanks for joining us
Listening to
again
me.
on it's called the Heyman Rant on the Sci Cast.
Actually, this one was.
That's okay, because he's our resident hacker, Noah guy.
Well, no. Don't know how to hack.
That's what he says. Anyways, thanks again. I'm Dr. J.
I'm Heyman.
And-
No special guest.
And no special guests. And we will check. I hope you check us out for our next topic, which is yet to be determined, as always. And have a
We
good
should
day.
do that one time. I should be able to say what we're going to do next time. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Maybe we
Trace.
will. Maybe we will.